InshaAllah, what do we have from our SMC families online? InshaAllah, everybody mashaAllah sharing, putting out teachings. Many things we talked about today with our gentlemen here, that the hikmah and wisdom is not known, and haters always hate. I think it's a song like that. They're created to hate, not created, they're all created good, but shaitan played with them to make that their demeanour, to hate, to find fitna, to find difficulty, and everything is created in purity. So alhamdulillah, inshaAllah, let's see what we have for tonight inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Please forgive our lack of adab. What is the blessings and wisdom behind sharing the content on social media?
InshaAllah, that we talked about today inshaAllah. That there's an immense reality taking place, that when we ask you to take an article and share it, take a video and a reel and share it, we didn't ask you to think about it. We didn't ask you to use your brain and say, I wonder if they're going to like it, because that's not up to you. What was asked of you is take the content, share it. If you want, you can put in, hey, I just saw this, tell me what you think about it, so that you can make yourself neutral to it. But what happens in this technology of shaitan is that if somebody has a feed, let's say all day long they're watching YouTube, all just bad energy, bad content. As soon as you share a reel, a video or something in social media, you immediately alter the algorithm. And this from our communications with people is all verified. Yeah, I was listening or watching so much garbage. All of a sudden one day one of the guys sent a video, it was you. The next day, because I watched it, wonder what's this guy talking about, I really don't understand and believe what you were saying. Next day all your videos were in my feed. Shaykh Nurjan was in my feed, Mawlana Shaykh was in my, so who are all these shaykhs not coming into my feed? Because Allah knows what shaitan has developed. Their algorithm is in Allah's control. So you've got to play their game when you're in their field. That's why shaitan sends you a bad video. Oh, I'll just peek at this, all your algorithm will change. And now your feed is all negative, whether sounds, music, whatever it is.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So our counter to their game is then send the videos, send the reels. Don't think about it, just send, oh what do you think of this? I don't know if you like it or not. You can pretend like you don't even know. As soon as they open the video, open the reel, open the Instagram, whatever the platform, open their TikTok, you have changed their algorithm and we will begin to appear in all their feed. Because hey, the guy watched for 2 minutes, must like this guy, let us send some more. Although shaitan's very angry with it, this the code that they wrote, we have to break and hack their system. Even deeper in the technology is that the shaykh is going to multiply himself. When he has 3, 4, 500 people whom are sincere and sharing everywhere, Imagine now in how many directions he's multiplying his feed. If the shaykh shares, let's say 1,000 people with the same demographics, it doesn't spread like a virus. But 500 people with 500 different, completely different contexts, social circles, communities, share the video, in that instant those 500 shared, look at how this spread like a virus on everybody's computer. And it's not a virus, it's something heavenly and good, it's a good source of information of goodness and good character. But this is the wisdom. When the students come on and want to serve and want to spread the light, this is the fastest way of spreading. As soon as they put out the videos, share the reels, put it on all the different social media platforms, it's going in thousands of different directions, reaching thousands of different people. And we don't know from those which one Allah wants to guide. They start to see it and they start clicking and say, no, after a couple reels I kind of understood what you're saying now. This is the immensity of dealing with shaitan's system, that he's going after believers to corrupt them, and believers are going back to revert them and bring them back towards the way of Allah. So it has an immense reality, whether it's the articles, whether it's the reels, the videos, the TikToks, whatever it is that's coming out, that's the importance. That's why we ask people, don't make your own posts quoting yourself. This is not the mission that is trying to be accomplished, but take from the teachings, take from this Muhammadan haqqaiq, which is the highest level of reality and has its own immense reality of what type of energy is going out onto these systems. So alhamdulillah for those whom are trying their best and to send a few videos here and there to their contacts, and has an immense blessing and immense struggle against darkness. Because what we're asking is people to spread all of these teachings that are all peaceful, all loving, all based on good manners and good character, inshaAllah.
As-salaamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum as-salaam wa rahmatullah.
How can we understand time as a creation within a timeless reality? Does it imply eternity or is it a dimension where time doesn't exist?
Time and timelessness. We leave that for another time. Time is created. The world of light has no time. The reality within the heart of Prophet is timelessness, that not even entered into timeless, because it's still within the irada of Allah, the will of Allah that not yet manifest within the heart of Prophet in this world of light. This life of dunya is on a time, because time is created. What's transpiring in the world of light is timeless, is a constant. That's why there are events that happen on the physical world and there are events happening in the world of light that are timeless. The meditation takes us towards timeless, not living a life of time. A life of time means you're bound by the gravity of time, by the attraction of time and by the movement of time. But you're an ethereal being in which you have a soul, The soul is a light and the light has no time. So holy events like we described in the arrival of Sayyidina Mahdi salam, the arrival of Sayyidina Isa salam, there's a timed event in which their personalities will arrive upon this earth, but more important is the timeless reality in which the light is continuously ascending upon this earth. And the timeless people, their tafakkur, their contemplation, all of what they're trying to establish is back to the realm of the world of light, to be timeless, to be moving in that dimension with those personalities, their holy souls and their blessed realities, of which being in their presence, to be dressed by their lights, blessed by their lights is as important as the physical. People are waiting, oh Jesus is gonna come, Sayyidina Isa come, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Yeah, but you may not see that. You may not even have the character to be there. Why you don't connect your heart now, meditate now, connect now with the way that these awliya are teaching, shaykhs are teaching, students are teaching, connect your heart. Learn their system of connecting the heart. You park your timed reality, this is not going there, your light will go there. And as a result they're able to bring their light out and their light begins to move in that realm. Not only that, but the encryption of their signals are important. The people whom learn from them, there's an encryption happening. So we described before, the sun is shining, all of space is black, dark, but the sun is shining. Why is it not illuminating? The earth is now illuminated because when it's sunshine time, what happens? Sun is shining, this is all dark, the earth is lit up. What's the code the earth has to receive the illumination of the sun in which all the space can't see it? Right? But the rays are coming, the frequency's coming, but Allah created something in the atmosphere of the earth that picks up the signal of sunlight. As a result the plants have photosynthesis, vegetation is growing. Allah has more complex towards the realities. So Shams al-Arifin, when they say, we don't understand why this shaykh is talking about Shams al-Arifin, Shams al-Arifin, because they don't even understand the sun and the earth. Shams al-Arifin is the Muhammadan haqqaiq, in which the heart of Prophet more powerful than the sun. It's not even something comparable because its powers from Allah. Qur'an is moving through that reality. Manzil Qur'an, the house of where holy Qur'an is manifesting to all the created universes. The knowledges in Muhammadan haqqaiqs of these 12 parda, of all these haqqaiqs are shining, but doesn't mean subhanaman huwa alimul hakim, everyone on this earth got that tajalli. Just like all the space they missed the sunlight because they're in the blackness, but the earth got the sunlight because we're like the earth. So when we're saying these tajallis open on this month, 99% of the people are attacking us. What tajalli? Where you even came up with this? I say, sorry, it seems like you're not included in that encryption code. So it's not shining upon you. But those who were trained with this reality, what happens? They were trained, meditate, contemplate with these shaykhs because this is the reason for their existence. As soon as you meditate and contemplate, they'll pass an encryption code into your heart so that you become like that earth in which the month comes, Safar comes, your encryption code opens and the light of Prophet is starting to shine. Subhanaman huwa alimul hakim. Sifat al-alim and Sifat al-hakim in wisdom is coming. There's not the whole earth going to be dressed by it. That's when Allah says, whom we guide we have truly guided, and whom don't have that light they don't have it. So these are the darajats of guidance. When Allah enrolls you to learn a haqqaiq, you're being trained on your heart to connect with the shaykh, because the shaykh is dressed from the haqqaiq. He represents that haqqaiq on earth. As soon as you're trained with them, they're for you to understand, they're teaching how to encrypt your heart to open up that code that's coming. Because the shaykh's heart is a reflection of the Muhammadan reality, as a result these teachings are download onto that soul. There can be 10,000 to the right of them and left of him, but that reality didn't shine upon them. It's khususan, straight to that individual whom Allah guided to understand. And that becomes the immensity of muraqabah, tafakkur and contemplation. It's all in the study of light. So when light is shining, how many or what exists within the spectrum of that light? The beam of light that coming from the sun down to us now, what's the percentage of what you see? Because they say like 3% of the spectrum of light is visible to the human eye. But through that same sunlight is gamma rays, infrared rays and all sorts of different names they have for the spectrum of light. You don't understand it, you don't see it, you don't recognize it. But if you have a device, you could pick up the gamma ray. If you had a device, you can pick up the infrared signal. Allah's creation far more complex. When the Muhammadan heart is broadcasting a signal, whom Allah guided to train and to receive, their hearts are being set up as a receiver. As their encryption codes are opened, they're receiving those tajallis, those knowledges and those realities. That's why they teach muraqabah, that's why they teach the lataif of the qalb, that's why they teach of insana kamil. It's all a course in this reality, how to take these tajallis and how to be dressed by these immense realities. So to every there's a darajat. If somebody doesn't know about it, then they're not privy to that reality. Everything is not a communist where everything all the same and everybody wears the same colour. Whom Allah wants He guides, what Allah gives He gives, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, last night you mentioned the 7 sleepers representing the 7 openings of the holy face. Could you explain what Qitmir represents in this reality?
Ya Qitmir is the Kahf al-Quran al-Majid. When we talk about the dog, because of the symbolic nature of that reality, that the dog of Allah is a lion. So it means that this creature that immensely loyal to the heavens are the lions of Allah. So this is not something demeaning and bad, but it symbolizes a very loyal servant of Allah dressed by Kahf wal Quran al Majid, right? Just by immense power, Qitmir. And that power is blocking this heart, and this Muhammadan heart in which 7 essences are dressing that reality for all of eternity. Because the heart is the reality of the Divinely face. That's why we said that what's in your heart reflects upon your face. When you see somebody with a dark face, means that they look like scary angry people, because there's no light in the heart. It's the heart that reflects to the face of insan. When the heart is illuminated, the face is a shining moon reflecting. So it means that the face reflects the condition of the heart. When Allah opens their lataif and the realities of their existence, their heart are filled with the light of these souls. and the attributes of Allah that are contained within them. As a result, the illumination begins to open upon their face, and their face is reflecting Wajhul Kareem, the generous face of Sayyidina Muhammad throughout the malakut. So this is a very deep understanding, and that's why Allah describes there are categories of awliya. One category of awliya is what? They feed you for Wajhul Kareem, Waja'Allah. They feed you for the sake of the holy face. They didn't say everybody's like that, but there are a category whom will feed you for the sake of the holy face. And feed you what? Kebabs of light? No. What is food in Allah's presence is knowledge. That they'll put your soul and give your soul Divinely knowledges. And what you have to be with them. You have to be Nasir? Yateem, Asir, captive, miskeen, down to earth. So we went into those talks that they have a category of which they train the students to be miskeen. You're cut off from people. Why? Because outside people will tell you, don't go sit with them, go sit with us, we have a party tomorrow. Why are you going there again? Shave your beard, you look scary. Right? But when you're miskeen, what happens? Nothing. I have no friends, I have nothing, I'm just with you, I'm asir, I don't know anybody. I'm not captive to this way, my heart has been captivated. So as a result I'm bound by my heart to this path. I'm miskeen, I have nothing, I want to be humble. Even whatever Allah give to you is nothing in comparison to Allah. Yateem, I'm cut off from everyone. Because all the people who wanted me, they wanted me to compromise my faith. Hey, come hang out with us, shave your beard. Come do like this, you don't have to look like that. So before you know it, you're yateem, you have no more people who want to see you. And it's exactly the way Allah wants. He said, better you don't see them if they want to compromise your faith. Better to be who you are to reach to the haqqaiq. As a result, those categories of people Allah says that these awliya will feed you. And what they want is from the face of the Divine. Why? Because their knowledges are coming from that face. That's when we said they dress you from alim al-qadir. When Allah dressing that Divinely face, al-alim means as soon as they speak, sifat al-alim is dressing the souls of people, because this is not a philosophy. This alim dresses the soul of someone, qadir. As soon as they're breathing, the power of their soul is dressing people with power on their soul and they feel heated and energized. Sami al-Basir, that through the power of Divinely hearing, when they're talking they're breaking the chain within your ear. The shaitan has put a lock onto your ear not to hear the haqqaiqs. How can you ever see if Sami and Basir is locked by the shaitans? So we are the people of Samina wa ata'na, we hear and we obey. Well, how will you achieve that? You listen to them, listen to them, listen to them. They're breaking the chain that shaitan is putting onto your ear. The sifat as-samir will break and you become from Samina wa ata'na, I hear you and I'm following. They train you with your heart al-basir. Bi ahlil basira, close your eyes, this dunya has nothing to offer you, Allah's not here. Allah's in your heart. Build your heart is Allah's masjid. And then they train you, close your eyes, tafakkur. So Sami al-Basir begin to open for these servants. And then from their eyes Nur al-Hayy. Why? Because they're taking from the face of Prophet. As soon as their right eye is moving, is dressing everybody with a nur. It doesn't matter if it's live or 10,000 views later on YouTube. As soon as you turn it on, Allah's power is eternal, it's not limited, it's timeless. It's not bound by a clock. They say, oh, this is an old video. There's no old, it's a timeless reality. Soon as the nur comes, whatever shaitan pulled of your nur, Allah replenishes that light. That whatever shaitan tried to take of your hayat and to make you from the dunya and not heavenly people, their eye dresses you with the oceans of al-hayat. So these are not normal realities, but this is the people whom feed from Allah's table, the table of Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam rahmatullah.
What is the significance of celebrating Arba'een, the 40th day after the events of the Karbala?
The significance is the immense accomplishment of Imam al-Husayn and Shuhada Karbala that what they achieved of the intercession for the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad in which Prophet describes 72 groups in the last day would go astray and one would be correct. And the funny thing is everyone thinks they're the one correct and everyone else is the 72 that went astray. But alhamdulillah for the love of Imam al-Husayn that they are the intercessors, that 72 and 1 is not a random number, that they're the ones whom through their sacrifice and difficulty that they took from this dunya, they asked to intercede for this nation. And as a result of the difficulties of Karbala and Ashura, Imam al-Husayn is granted the intercession of the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad and that each of the shuhada, each of the ones whom sacrificed their life, that Allah and inshaAllah and Prophet happy with them, is going to intercede for each group that went wrong, and that the ones whom are right they keep the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, the love of Ahlul Bayt and the love of the holy companions. And this is a great intercession, this is a great reward. And by celebrating Arba'een means that the 40th day of coming out of seclusion, that this is 40 days of seclusion for the soul when they come out with all of the medallions and the dresses that Allah dress upon the Divinely realities and the soul's accomplishments, by means of acknowledging and recognizing and honouring that occasion, inshaAllah Allah keep us under that blessing and those dressings too. So by remembering holy people, by giving our water, our food and acknowledging and reciting Surah al-Fatiha or whatever we can possibly do, it includes us in the blessings. We're saying, please we love you, keep us under what Allah has given to you and gives to you year after year, all the way to the Day of Judgment it will be remembered. The events of Karbala, the events of Ashura and Arba'een. So our life is, we are barakah hunters, right? So we can have sakeenah in our lives, right? So that the barakah in our lives we have to figure out where we get our barakah from. Not by saying barakallah fi. It's funny because the Wahhabis will say, there's no barakah. I said, but you just say barakallah fi. Right? We're in Medina. So barakah haram shaykh. Barakah, what's a barakah? Because we're going but you just say barakallah fi. So it means our life is barakah. What do we do to get barakah? If you think your salah is so impressive that the angels are astonished by how you prayed your asr and maghrib and that's how you get your barakah, okay. But I wouldn't put my life on that. But our barakah is our service, our barakah is to go out and to give food and water, our barakah is coming for the sake of love and doing our zikr and all of these practices of love. This makes us to be filled with barakah. As a result of barakah we have a tranquility which is called sakeenah. That when you're agitated at night and you're scared at night and the dunya is just too much, your job too much, your bills are too much, you make durood al-sharif and salawat and you ask Allah, Ya Rabbi please for the sake of these salawats grant me sakina so that you can sleep peacefully. And as a result of sakina in everything that we do, doesn't mean your life going to be easy, it just means you're going to have tranquility in your heart, that Allah inshaAllah send a tranquility that we're with you. Keep struggling, keep pushing through what you have to push through. This is the realities of faith. InshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi Surat al-Fatiha.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.